Hey there, it's Casey Dimon here, TaxSaleAcademy.com, and I want to share a quick video with you today about tax sale investing, especially when you're just starting out. I'm working on a project right now, and I had a lot of confusion that crept into my head. I didn't really understand at all what was going on. It's a software-related problem, but it ties closely to tax sale investing for the brand new investors. So I can remember the first time that I bought a tax deed at an auction. And right after that auction, somebody walked up to me and said, hey, you should think about getting a quiet title lawsuit done in order to get title insurance on that piece of property. What? What in the world is a quiet title lawsuit? That's the first question that popped into my head. And why do I even need one of these quiet lawsuit things? And what does that even mean? Quiet lawsuit. Do we do it like without telling anybody what we're doing? I am in a state of confusion at this point. I don't remember what I said, but I can just about guarantee you I sound like an absolute idiot to that person, right? So here's the deal. When I look back at that conversation that I had, it's a distant memory to me. I've done many quiet title lawsuits now. I know the process. I know the laws that surround quiet title suits. I know the requirements. I know quite a bit about them. I also know the other alternatives that I had no idea existed prior to that conversation. Now, this video is not about title issues, but it's to demonstrate to you that I was completely confused. And the process that I took behind that is something I want to tell you about in this video, something I kind of use to this day. After that point, I studied it. I read books. I studied it over and over and over again. I learned more and more about it. And when I went back and I looked at my tax sale business, there were so many more times that something popped up and I was so confused. But I kept at it. I kept studying it. It's like that time that I wrote about in Tax Sale Playbook, where I went and I drove by a house that I bought just a week prior, only to find out that the house was missing. There was literally a bulldozer sitting where my house was. Yeah, you can imagine. I was sitting in my vehicle, driving by. I was very confused. This confusion is common though. Don't feel as if you won't be good at this business or that's just too complicated for you to understand. I get questions and comments all the time from those who are new to the business and are confused in some way or another about some aspect of tax sale investing. Unfortunately, many new investors will use this as an excuse to simply stop or discount this business entirely as too complicated. Now, just because one little thing is confusing, please do not give up. This is a very simple business from the outside looking in. You simply buy a tax delinquent property. You sell it and you make money, right? But when you actually start learning the process and when you get started, it's extremely easy to take one little piece of required information and allow it to stump you and allow it to make you become incredibly confused. Please don't allow this to happen. Instead, my recommendation is to use this confusion as fuel. What I strongly suggest is that if something in this business confuses you, that you dive headfirst into it. You really dig in and do everything that you can in your power to figure it out. Don't give up on it. It's like spelling words or the question in grade school that you missed or whatever it is, right? You look back and you're like, I will never forget that again because I missed it that one time. If you take the time to work past any confusion, then that could very well become one of your strong suits. One of my strong suits to this day is getting through clear title issues, right? And learning how to do due diligence so I don't have properties that are bulldozed on me. I use that confusion as fuel. I always look at new stuff as stuff that I don't fully grasp or understand as a challenge to me. So if something confuses you, remember, it's just one small aspect of the tax sale business. I've got lots of videos right here on YouTube that might help you. I also got my podcast, of course. You can always leave a question on any of my social media platforms and I'll help you. And then, of course, if you want more advanced training, the step-by-step stuff, just go to TaxSaleAcademy.com. Join the academy if you want to, or at the very least, pick up my book. The book itself is free. Just cover the shipping costs to get it from our warehouse to your front door, which is less than $5 inside the US. But when it comes down to it, please don't slow down. Don't stop because you're confused on one thing. Take that one little piece of information. Maybe it's clear title or due diligence or learning to read property assessor reports or finding lists, whatever it is, and dive headfirst, become an expert at whatever that is, and then keep moving on. There's going to be hurdles. There's going to be challenges in this business. There's going to be a lot of stuff that confuses you. Work through it, and I promise you, You will grow and you'll have much more success in the long term as a tax sale investor than if you were just to allow it to push you out of the business. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.